back to another video. I'm your host, Matt Talks Sports. And today, let's talk about the Washington Commanders and Jayden Daniels. Okay, so this past draft, the Washington Commanders had the second overall pick, and they picked Jayden Daniels, I'd say easily the best quarterback in this past draft. And the Commanders have basically built upon the team in that draft too. Obviously, they drafted some holes that they had in the defense. Pretty sure they drafted a wide receiver. And, they have Scary Terry. I mean, sure, he's old, but he's still a weapon, I'd say, on the field for Jayden Daniels. And this past offseason, they've picked up a lot of guys, one of the most notable guys being Bobby Wagner, old but solid. And Austin Eckler, he's getting to, I feel like, the point of being a little old, but he is still an amazing running back for the Washington Commanders offense. And they also picked up Zach Ertz, still an amazing tight end, old but gold, as I would say. Frankie Louvu, an amazing linebacker. They're going to have an amazing linebacker duo. And those are just some of the notable guys. They mainly got defensive players, just a little bit of offensive players. But these guys will definitely make a huge difference in this Washington Commanders team. And so obviously today the schedule has came out. And so let's get into a little bit of that schedule. So week 1, they take on the Buccaneers. Now, I wouldn't expect them to win, but I do think this could end up as a close game. I also see them winning against the Giants. I see a tough fight put up against the Bengals in week 3. And then you have the Cardinals. That should be an easy win. And so you're 4 weeks into the season. And what I'm seeing here is 2-2. And this is just an amazing improvement, obviously, because you'd be seeing a lot of improvements against better teams. Obviously, like I said, the Bucs-Bengals games, I see that being a close fight. Then you have a 2-game tough streak. You play the Browns and the Ravens. I do not see them winning against those teams. Maybe the Browns. So let's just say they win. So now you're 3-3 at a perfect 500. You play the Panthers. That should be an easy win. You play the Bears. Jayden Daniels versus Caleb Williams. That'll be a fire game. You should expect them to probably win that game. You play the Giants again. That should be another win. That's a series sweep. Play the Steelers. That's a tough game. Eagles, tough game. But it will be a close game, I'd say. Against the Cowboys, maybe they squeeze by a win. But most likely not. They play the Titans. That should be a win. Saints, win. Eagles again. Maybe. I don't really see it, so let's just say that is not going to happen. You play the Falcons. That'll be a tough game. And then you end off the season with the Cowboys. So I see 9 or 10 wins. The round 4 would definitely be 8 wins minimum. Maximum would probably be 11. But, considering how bad they were this year, obviously strength of schedule, it depends on how bad you were. The more bad you were the previous season, the more easier the schedule is. So this team should have no excuses during the season. And they obviously got a new head coach, so that will help a lot. And just coming back to, the free agency stuff they did. They got wide receiver Jamison Crowder. He's basically a special teams player, but he could also be used on that offense. He could be a receiver threat for Jayden Daniels. And then you have Olamide Zaccheaus. He's a wide receiver. He could also be a pretty good receiving threat for Jayden Daniels. And, there's still good guys in free agency. Obviously, you could get David Bakhtiari. He's an amazing offensive lineman to get, protection for Jayden Daniels. And then you have Courtland Sutton, still amazing, like I've been saying, old but gold. So there's still some guys in free agency that you could probably pick up for cheap. And I know for a fact that cap room is massive. Okay, and so this team is looking good. Obviously, you have Terry McLaurin, Scary Terry. He's definitely going to be a receiving threat too. So, just looking over the schedule and looking over, the depth chart, this Washington Commanders team is looking really good. And I'd go as far to say that they could definitely be a wild card team. So, if, your favorite team is playing the Washington Commanders, you should be a bit afraid because, this team is looking hot. It's looking good. Obviously, we'll have to wait almost another 100 days, maybe like 90 days to see this team in the preseason to just get a taste of how this looks. And then obviously week 1, which is 112 days from now. So, overall, this Washington Commanders team is looking good. Jayden Daniels is most likely going to be the savior for the Washington Commanders. So, if you guys enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. It'll help out a lot. Thank you guys, and peace.